Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Hamidreza.
Alaikum assalam.
Thank you very much for joining us, and I am sorry. Please accept my apologize for this delay because of the technical problem with the first webinar. So that's why we have to shift the time and extend the lecture. Please accept my apologize, and you can start. And firstly, on behalf of our Chancellor and the Dean of the Agricultural College and the head of the Fishing Department, we are thanking you and express our deep thanks for sharing your information and your interesting lecture. You can start, sir. Can you share your slide, please? Just your slide.
Let me sometimes here.
Yeah.
I think we shall check it first.
Just to present your slide if you.
Thank you.
Dear Kian?
Yeah. I'm seeing.
Okay. Is that okay?
Is it okay? You can start. I see your presentation. Thank you too, sir.
Okay. Thank you. I will start. Hello. I hope the voice is proper and it has no problem. Good day, everyone.
Good day, doctor.
Could you please turn off your microphone? Thank you. Good day, everyone. Welcome to this session. My name is Hamidreza Ahmadniaye. I'm an assistant professor at Ferdowsi University of Mashhad. I hope you are keeping well in these unprecedented and difficult times of COVID pandemic. We are suffering, all the people around the world are suffering from this pandemic and hope to be solved very soon. The topic of my presentation, which you see, is the application of phytohormones in finfish and shellfish reproduction. So I hope by the end of the presentation, you will have a better understanding of the benefits of phytohormones and their application in aquaculture. This is to some extent a new concept of herbal usage in aquaculture. First of all, I would like to thank University of Basrah, especially Mr. Kian, and Ferdowsi University of Mashhad for arranging this scientific event. I would rather to give a short introduction of Fisheries Department of Ferdowsi University of Mashhad for you. I don't know if you are aware or not. Here in Ferdowsi University of Mashhad, In our department, we offer both undergraduate and postgraduate degrees with large laboratory facilities, with large farms, fish farms, shrimp farms, and we welcome Iraqi students who wants to continue their studies in Iran and Mashhad. Here in our small departments, we have 6 scientific members, 6 academic members. At first, I would like to introduce our department head, Dr. Omid Safari. He's specialized in fish and shellfish nutrition. You can easily refer to his academic site in Ferdowsi University of Mashhad. And this is me, Hamidreza Ahmadniaye, motlagh. I'm working on fish and shellfish reproductive physiology, and I'm interested in aquaculture microbiology. Dr. Mehrdad Sarkhel, another faculty member, is specialized on aquaculture engineering and especially on nanotechnology. The other one is Dr. Said Zahedi. He's working on recirculating aquaculture systems. Dr. Zahedi has joined us for a little time before. I have to say that here Dr. Omid Safari is an associated professor. Me, Dr. Sarkhel and Dr. Zahedi are assistant professors. But here we're contributing and collaborating with dear Dr. Davar Shah Savani. Dr. Shah Savani is our veterinarian and he's specialized in clinical pathology and fish and shellfish diseases. At last, our genetician, dear Dr. Ali Jawad Manesh, the genetician man, he works on animal genetics. Here you can see some of our laboratory and scientific camps and projects. Every year we took the students away from Mashhad. We're going to every day we're going to different places and train students different systems of culture. We had done many projects around Iran with different subjects. Okay, in this session, actually, we intended to review the primary knowledge on application of herbal additives in aquaculture. Okay, so we have to know, all we know that aquaculture is growing very fast and has a large share in food supply chain. This fast growth, this enormous production comes from intensification, and such a intensified systems will face the aquaculture to the diseases. When disease outbreaks happens in a farm, the farmer will easily go towards chemical therapeutics and chemical drugs like antibiotics to cure the system. So it may look very effective, very easy and cheap. So farmers welcome these substances, but there's some problems, some serious problems. At first, as you know, such chemicals are harmful for both environment and human being. You see, if we use large amounts of antibiotics in aquaculture, they will remain in flesh, and finally antibiotics will be ingested by human. Okay, and this will harm ourselves. They are very harmful for environment and for environment. Why? Because they will change the bacterial balance besides us, and this will make the problem more complicated. Because of these, some countries some countries have banned the use of antibiotics in aquaculture. I forgot to speak about some carcinogenic substances. For example, synthetic hormones, which we normally use in aquaculture for sex reversal, are very suspicious because of their carcinogenicity. The fishes which are treated by these substances, I mean synthetic hormones like testosterone and estradiol, are not allowed to use by human. So when just think, when you treated very little larva with testosterone, after about 2 or 3 years, but you cannot use them, you have to put them out. This is an economic loss. So we gathered here, the scientists are working on a suitable alternative to cure the problem. As you know, there are not too many, there are some alternative substitutions, such as probiotics, such as organic acids, and herbal medicines. In the other word, every material which can face the microorganisms and stimulate the immune system will help us. But organic stuffs like plants, herbal medicines and probiotics and other things like probiotics such as symbiotics has not such an fast and effective treat, and you have to wait for a long time, but they are safe, they are good. Here we can speak more about herbal medicines. Why herbal medicines? Herbal medicines that we are familiar with them. We have long been familiar with properties of medicinal plants I mean herbal medicines, and have traditionally used them. We are familiar with garlic, with onion, with goshura, with green tea. All of them are herbal medicines. Okay, so we have been long time familiar with them because they have beneficial effects for us. They have beneficial effects for animals. There's a question. Uh, from where these beneficial effects are derived. Um, Actually, these beneficial effects are come of some special substances, some special chemicals which are produced inside the plants. In the other words, medicinal plants produce and make some special chemicals and keep them. These special chemicals work for them and work as their defense system actually against bacteria, fungi, and parasitic diseases. Okay, when you consume these chemicals, they will exert such beneficial effects in your body. Okay. Here we have three terms for to introduce these beneficial chemicals, these plant chemicals, phytochemicals, bioactive compounds, or secondary metabolites. What is the difference between them? As a matter of fact, there is a little difference between them, and in my opinion, they are the same. All them describe phytochemicals, means chemical substances which help plants to grow better and to face their problems. But we have something else here as phytohormones. What are phytohormones? Uh, Phytohormones are small parts of phytochemicals. You know, we have too many phytochemicals. Phytohormones are a small part of phytochemicals which acts like animal sexual hormones. We will speak more about phytohormones. Okay. Returning to phytochemicals, we have too many phytochemicals now till now. Nutrition researchers estimated that we have more than 400 phytochemicals. That's too much, and every year other phytochemicals are found and introduced to the scientific communication. But a little part of these phytochemicals are well studied and deep understood. You can see a picture. I have put a picture here. There is a list of phytochemicals are here. Some of phytochemicals you can find here. I picked this picture from this site. It is a very good site. It supports you with new information about phytochemical. I suggest follow this link and study about very different phyto chemicals. Is everything okay, Mr. Kian? Do you and other?
Everything is okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you too.
So until now, we got familiar with medicinal herbs and phytochemicals and phytohormones. We want to know the relation between medicinal herbs and aquaculture. Let's look at the use of medicinal plants in aquaculture. Actually, if you do a search in Google Scholar, you will find that there are too many studies that have used herbal medicines and antioxidants, growth enhancer, and immunostimulants. The antibacterial properties of plant compounds have also been considered in some studies. But I want to a little speak deep in this session. Everyone knows garlic. I, by myself, love garlic a lot. Okay. Garlic has their own special attention for aquaculture. Garlic and similar plants such as onions and shallots have a strong therapeutic effects due to the allicin. Allicin, what is allicin? Allicin is a phytochemical. Actually, allicin is very excellent, and all the famous of garlic is because of allicin. Some studies are about protective agents. What are protective agents? Some essences, some essential oils or plant extract with antibacterial properties such as rosemary. I hope that you know rosemary. I don't know what is rosemary in Arabian, and have been used to coat fish fillets. Suppose that you coat fish meat or other meats with an antibacterial coating. It will help you to keep the meats longer than usual in refrigerator. Investigations showed that some plant extracts will be very effective in this case, and it's very interesting. It's easy because they're antibacterial and does not let the harmful bacteria work and spoil the meat. The other plant is peppermint. Peppermint, I believe that is very good and effective plant, but it is much less studied than garlic and rosemary. Peppermint has both anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. Recently, we did a very good study with the extract of peppermint, and the results are under publication. Uh, in that study, we examined the antibacterial properties of peppermint in carp's gut bacteria. It was surprising. It was surprising. Results showed that peppermint uh, had a very good effect in reducing harmful bacteria and fungi, but peppermint did not harm beneficial bacteria like lactic acid bacteria. Um, plants, other actually plants that contain phytoestrogens such as soybean or vitex are good options to control fish sex hormone. I mean endocrine modulating effects. For example, in studies conducted in Iran, soybeans were used in goldfish and beluga rearing systems, and in both cases, surprisingly, we saw that female reproduction performances was increased. In cases of very valuable fishes like hoso or beluga, it is very important to do anything that helps you to have more eggs. Okay, such a fishes which are endangered an enhanced reproduction system is very attractive. Okay, and we did similar studies on common carp with phenol and tribolysterase extracts, which we will explain soon in this session. Another interesting and challenging use of phytohormones is for sex reversal in fish larvae. For example, in rainbow trout. Numerous studies have been conducted with different outcomes regarding the effects of tribolysterase in larval sex reversal. Uh, this is studies was about ornamental cichlids, tilapia, common carps, I think leaf-bearing fishes like guppies, and especially rainbow trout. This part is important because I emphasize, because using synthetic sex hormones are very harmful and they are carcinogenic. Okay, now you may ask, how can we use herbal additives for aquaculture? Um, in most cases, herbal additives are mixed with diets. Okay, we can use them in different forms. We can use them as fresh particles, as dry powders, aqueous or alcoholic extract, and essences or essential oils. Um, it's it refers to the nature of phytochemicals which you are looking for. For example, if you want to work with Tribulus tristeris, okay, this contains saponin. Saponin is a water soluble and alcoholic soluble material. So it is better for you to use aqueous or alcoholic extract. But sometimes you want to work with phenol and antenol, which is the phytochemical, is has a fatty characteristics. So in this case, it's better for you to have essences from phenol. Okay, there is a question that what is the mechanism of the actions of phytochemicals as endocrine modulating agents? If you use phytochemicals as growth enhancer and immuno enhancer, they will have their effects through digestive system. Okay, but when you want to have endocrine modulating agents, the pathway is different. In two different ways, they exert their effects on fishes. At first, effects at the steroid receptor level. Uh, you know, um, uh, there are too many receptors on target tissues. For example, on testes of a fish. When you administer saponins to fish diets, the phytotestosterone, the phytoandrogen goes and stick to the receptors on testes, on the target tissue, and it will act like animals' testosterone. It's here, but the second way is when they change when they change the actions on the hypothalamus, pituitary, and gonad axis. So until now, we faced two choices for endocrine modulating fishes. We can use synthetic steroids and natural steroids. For example, for sex reversal, it is regular that people and farmers commonly use 17 alpha methyltestosterone and 17 beta estradiol for sex reversal. But the problem I told is that they're harmful for both human and environment. But what about the natural and herbal steroids? They are safe, but the problem is that they are not much effective as synthetic steroids are. So the first problem, and we have to search a way to cure the problem. Some phytochemicals with hormonal properties are saponins, flavonoids, and phytoesterols. Um, you know that plants are different in their phytohormone contents. Some herbs contain high amounts of phytohormones, and the other are does not have much phytohormones. Uh, for example, Cerebulus terrestris is used for men who have problems with their sexual systems because of these saponins, which have androgenic effects, will help such men to act normal. Different kinds of phytohormones are phytoandrogens. They are like testosterone. We have phytoestrogens. They are like estradiol, and we have phytoprogesterones. They act like animal progesterone in animals' body, but they are rare. The plants with phytoprogesterones are rare. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I have talked before about this slide. In brief, I will say that why do we have to do sex reversal in aquatic larvae? You see, you know that animals have sexual dimorphism. It means that one gender is bigger, is larger than the other. Or in case of ornamental fishes, one gender is more beautiful and more expensive. So the producer, the farmer, tends to produce, to culture the bigger and the more beautiful gender. For this purpose, we have to use sex reversal techniques. And I told that for sex reversal techniques, we can both use synthetic hormones and natural phytohormones. The other part is reproduction enhancement. Um, I told that in valuable fishes or in endangered species, we have to improve reproduction. Some plants like fennel and soybean will help us to improve reproduction. Here we will review some studies done by academic staffs, done by our teams in our fisheries department. At first, an old study which we published in 2020, its title is Sexual Parameters, Digestive Enzymes, Activities, and Growth Performance of Guppy Fed Garlic Extracts Supplemented Diets. In this investigation, we fed guppies with three different levels of garlic extract compared to the control. Okay, as you see, we reported no significant differences in growth factors such as final weight, weight gain, SGR, and FCR. They were not fluctuated, but slightly, I think in a second treatment we can see a slight increase in final weight, but this was not significant. Fry production was the same. Fry production was what was the fry production? We counted the fries produced by each female, and we made this in CDs, this factor. When you look here, there was not significant differences between treatments and control. But when you refer to sex steroid hormones, you will find that there was a significant differences in terms of testosterone and estradiol among the treatments. The treatments receiving garlic in high amounts showed decrease in their testosterone activity, in their testosterone content. This was new to us. In other study, we investigated the effects of phenol on the title is here. Let us see the title: Evaluation of growth and reproduction in cities of common carp in response to administration of phenol to the diet. Here in final weight and FCR, you see there is a very interesting increase in final weight. The treatment receiving 200 I think milligrams of phenol essence showed the highest final weight, and the treatments showed a significant difference with the control diet. For FCR, you can see such a trend, and the least FCR was for our first treatment. But when referred to reproduction factors, gonadosomatic index in male individuals, I mean the size and the weight of testes was not affected by phenol essence. But in female individuals, in female fish, you see that gonadosomatic index was enhanced in two treatments, in 200 and 400 milligram per kilogram. We recognized a larger gonads, larger ovaries in carbs. In the highest treatment, I mean in 600 milligram per kilogram, there was a reduction in ovary weight. There's a problem here. Um, um, the results reported that estradiol concentrations in carp plasma was not was affected by phenol and estradiol here in this treatment was very high. About testosterone, female testosterone was not affected. They were at the same level, but in the case of male individuals here, you see that our second treatment had a very good effect in enhancing the testosterone content. It is unclear for us. We don't know what was the reason why it happened here. Our last study was about the effects of tribulus on reproductive performance of carp. Tribulus did not enhance the final weight of carp's fry, but it increased gonadosomatic index in male juveniles. They had larger testes. But interestingly, in our highest dosage, we recognized that the size of testes were decreased. When we compare these results with the results obtained from females, we will find out that the largest ovaries could be found in the last treatment. It shows that phytohormones in very high amounts will have an adverse effect. It was very interesting for us. About testosterone, you're looking at the diagram. In males, testosterone was irritated, was higher in treatments receiving 1000 and 1000 milligram extract per feed. And female testosterone was very high at first treatment. I mean 100 extract 100 milligram extract per kilogram feed. About estradiol, it was different. Tribulus tristis extract did not change estradiol in females, but it was able to reduce the amount of estradiol in males. The highest treatment, the highest content represented an increase in female estradiol. Okay, thank you for your attention. Sorry for the problem, the intonation, the English. I hope you could hear and it's okay. Mr. Kian, I'm here.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
has been ended.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hamidreza, for this interesting lecture. And we are now waiting for the questions of the audience. Please, any question؟ إذا يوجد أي سؤال لدى الأخوة الحاضرين الأساتذة الأفاضل.
السلام عليكم دكتور كيان. ممكن
السلام دكتور صلاح، حياك الله يا أخي.
أهلا وسهلا. Good morning, Dr. Hamidreza, or good afternoon. Thank you very much for this important information and interesting lecture. As you know, the issue of herbal additives is very important in aquaculture. It's about the concerns of using synthetic chemicals, pollution, and antibiotic resistance. And these problems go along with aquaculture. My question, at first, I must thank you very much on behalf of myself, my colleagues, and our student. I'm Dr. Salah Ahmadniaye, Head of Department of Fisheries and Marine Resources. My question is, did we reach now the commercial production of herbal products to be used in aquaculture? Or it's just in the experimental stage now? Thank you.
Okay, I have to thank dear Dr. Salah Najim. I'm a little familiar with you and your researchers. I'm very happy to see you here, and I'm happy because you had a very good question. I didn't point to this fact, dear doctor and other audiences. You know, we have a very big problem about herbal additives. That is, I don't know how to say that. The phytochemicals in different herbs from different regions. I mean that the phytochemical contents in different plants from different regions are very fluctuating, are very different. Okay, so when you use, for example, garlic extract to cure some problems for fishes or shrimps, is not is very good, but you don't know how many phytochemicals is present in your extract, and this is the most barrier for this part. Nowadays, we are working on a large project to use the phytochemicals industrially. We wanted to extract pure saponin from Tribulus terrestris and use it in aquaculture. You know, I think up to now, these knowledge are just experimental, and we have to set up a protocol that can help us using them in industrial fields. I don't know if I answer your question or not.
Oh, thank you very much. Second question, please, if you don't mind. It's about the phytohormones and their application in finfish culture. We are, as a specialist in fish culture and nutrition, did it reach the result or the positive result of effect as other hormones extracted from animal origins?
Could you please repeat your question?
Yes, I am asking about the effect of phytohormones. Did they have the same effect as other hormones extracted from animal origin in finfish culture exactly?
Dear Dr. Salah, it's obviously that phytohormones are less effective than animals' hormone and synthetic hormones. To cure this problem, we're going to purify the phytohormone from medicinal herbs and use them. You know, when you purify the hormones, the phytohormones, their effectiveness will increase. But up to now, I didn't face any article, any paper which had done this before. So we wrote the project, the proposals to purify the hormones and use them. As you know, in human medicinal, in human medicine, routinely the people use saponin extracted from tribulus instead of animal testosterone. Okay, this shows that if we deep to the project, if we purify the phytochemicals, their effectiveness will increase. That was the one.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Dr. Ammar, do you have any questions? Master Ken, I'm ready here to answer the questions.
Any question, please? Any other question? Thank you for Dr. Salah for your participating and asking the questions. Any other questions, please? It seems that no more questions, and definitely your contact is appear in the beginning of this lecture. So anyone need to ask you, he will contact you directly through email or another social media. Thank you.
Dr. Khan, please, if Doctor can send the presentation for us, the lecture of today, as a presentation file.
It's recorded, Doctor. It's recorded, and it will upload it on the YouTube channel for our center.
Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Dr. Salah, I invite you to come to Mashhad and visit our department and our facilities. It will help us establish new studies. I like Iraqi people, and I think it would be very interesting.
Thank you very much for this kind invitation. It's, of course, an honor and a pleasure for me to visit you as soon as possible, inshallah.
Inshallah. I forgot, we had a postgraduate student called Mr. Taqi Abdul Karim, I think. He was studying animal science. His research project was about fish genetics. I was the referee for his final presentation, and as I know, he's studying in Basrah University. Do you know him?
Yes, he is one of our staff. He is now studying a PhD project under the supervision of our dean, Dr. Sajid An-Noor. And
very good, very good.
yes,
Say,
but
I
he
hope
is now busy with some analysis, and I am sorry that he is not joining your lecture today.
very good, very good.
Okay, Dr. Hamidreza, thank you again. And I'm again introduce our deep thanks for this interesting lecture, hoping we will meet virtually or personally again in another lectures. And let me introduce an open invitation for you and your family and all your faculty members to visit our university and also to visit the Holy Series in Iraq. You are welcome anytime.
I love to be in Iraq soon after COVID pandemic.
Inshallah, you will be welcome, and you will.
Thank you.
We will be your hospitality. Thank you. Thank you to you. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.